Walking the path. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Because we're talking about love. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love. Okay. I don't want to clear the house out, so I ain't gonna be singing. But hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're joining us. Thank you for joining in. I'm excited to be here for Walking the Path. Today we're talking about love number 3. And that's that sounds like love potion number 9. Love number 3 is a third talk about love. And I'm so excited. Look at all y'all coming on in. Thank you. Good to see you, everybody. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see everybody over there in Instagram world, but I love you all. Thank you. Everybody in Facebook world and YouTube world, thank you so much. So love, third conversation about love. And today the conversation is love is the lodestone of life. And I want to know, how many of y'all know what a lodestone is? You know, who knows what a lodestone is? Type it in the text, in the chat, if you know what a lodestone is. Let me put the chat up over here. Okay. Hey, Lana. Good to see you. Welcome. Okay, but first, before we start talking about love, number 3, love is a lodestone of life, I want to talk to you about rythmia, because we're here at rythmia. I'm at rythmia. And I am so grateful for this place called rythmia. I was just having lunch with people. I get to talk to people who are seeing something for themselves, seeing like releasing old patterns, forgiving themselves, forgiving others, coming into a state of wholeness and alignment, and then stepping boldly into what's next for them in life. It's such a beautiful thing, and it's happening every week here. And there's such a beautiful, vibrant community of individuals, like-minded individuals that are up from all different walks of life, all different political perspectives, all different social economic levels. However, there's something unifying everybody, and they find it here. They find the unifying factor here, and it's the unity of the soul. When we merge back with our soul, we merge back to the unity of all of life. So I'm so excited to tell you about that, and to say, if there's something calling you about rythmia, investigate it. Just follow your heart. If you're being called, follow the call. Now, let's talk about the call to love. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Yesterday was official Singles Awareness Day, I believe is what they're calling it now. What's up, Singles Awareness Day? No, that's Valentine's Day. That's not Singles Awareness Day. Valentine's Day. How many of y'all got the little heart, the little arrow? Boop. I got stuck. I got poked. Ooh, how many of y'all got poked with the arrow of love? That's why they call it eros. So there are actually 3 kinds of love. In Greek, there were 3 words for love. Eros, which is sexual love, physical love. And there's philios, which is brotherly love. And then there's agape, which is unconditional love. So what kind of love were you having last night? But love, the lodestone of life. What does that mean? What is a lodestone? Okay, so I had to look it up. I've heard that before, that love is a lodestone of life. And I was like, well, what does lodestone mean? Lodestone is like a magnetized rock, something that attracts and draws to it. So love is the magnet of life. Love is the magnetizing force of life. Love is that which binds all things together. Love is that which calls all things to it. Love is that which doesn't exclude. If it's a lodestone, it's calling everything to it. It's not pushing anything away. This is the nature of the universe. This is the nature of the universe, this attractor field of love that calls all unto it. That's the nature of God, the lodestone of life. For years, I thought lodestone meant like the stone that you load stuff on. Like that's the foundational piece, the cornerstone. That's what I thought it meant. Love is the lodestone of life. It's like, love is the cornerstone of life. Okay, well, that's a nice turn of phrase. No, lodestone means a magnetized rock that draws things to it. It's the attractor field of life. Love is the attractor field of life. Love is what binds life together. That means that we were born in love, born of love, born from love, into love, from love into love. That's from God into God, for everything is God. So today's conversation about love number 3 is the deep realization that love is all there is, that everything is either love or fear. And fear is just a call for love. So everything is love. Everything is either love or fear, and fear is just a call for love. That's from the Course in Miracles. I didn't want y'all to think I was like dropping some serious wisdom or nothing like that. That ain't from me. That's from the Course in Miracles, okay? So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Love, the lodestone of life. Everything is love. If it's either love or fear, and fear is a call for more love. How does that change the way we operate in life? How does that change the way I move through life? It brings me to awareness that my actions in life are either based on love or fear. Anything going on in your life right now where you're making a decision, things are uncertain, things are changing in your life, and then that fear comes up, like, oh shit, maybe everything's going to fall apart. Oh shit, when's the other shoe going to drop? Oh shit, when I might lose everything that I just got, right? If you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, there's some fear, things are changing, you're afraid of the unknown, relationships are changing, job is changing, worried about things, that's fear. And we just said, according to the Course in Miracles, everything is either love or fear, and fear is just a call for love. So if I'm in fear, and then the question was, how does that change my daily living? How does that change my action in life? Because my intention in these talks is that I change and you change our actions, our activity in life, that something powerful changes in the actions of our lives. It's not just like listening to some words, some guy talking, but that this impacts our lives and changes our action to bring it more into alignment with the all good, of God. And so the unknown then becomes love. If I'm worried about the future, it's uncertain. The future's uncertain. I don't know about my job. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm afraid that I might lose all the gains that I've had in crypto or in the stock market or whatever it is that I've cobbled together. Or I don't know if I might lose my job. Things are uncertain right now. Things are uncertain in the film business. It's on uncertain ground. Whatever business you're in and you feel like you're uncertain ground, relationship, I'm afraid that if I say this to my spouse or let them know the truth, it's over, I'll destroy everything. All of that unknown is fear. And fear is just a call for more love. That's really the point, that fear is just a call for more love. And so, how do we walk in love instead of fear? One of the things that we can do, a phrase that I use very often is, I can choose love instead of fear. I can choose love instead of this. I can choose peace instead of anxiety. I can choose love instead of fear. Just saying that. First of all, it means that you have an awareness that you're generating an emotion of fear right now. And the second thing is that just saying that, it changes our minds. I want you to know that that your heart generates an electromagnetic field. And it's measurable. Electromagnetism is a real scientific thing. It's a thing, boo. It's a thing. Electromagnetism. Don't think it ain't. This ain't woo-woo. No woo-woo here. So electromagnetism is real. It's measurable. And there's a field that's called the toric field or the toroidal field. And that electromagnetism is measurable in our hearts. And when we are in love, when we're in gratitude, when we're in bliss, that field extends at least 10 feet from the center of our being. A measurable electromagnetic field that's 10 feet in either direction. We big. We take up space. When we are in fear, that field shrinks. And when we're in worry, lack, doubt, limitation, all of those are a sense of separation. When we are feeling those emotions, our electromagnetic field shrinks. Our ability to cultivate and receive good is shrinking. It's like we're shrinking the landing pad, like the helicopter pad, right? It's like, okay, land on this or land on that Well, I'd much rather land on that, right? Landing is a little more difficult. So when we can first notice that we are in fear, oh my God, I'm operating from fear. Fear, lack, doubt, worry, limitation, not enoughness, scarcity. Any of those feelings or emotions are ultimately fear. It all boils down to fear. And fear boils down to love, because fear is just a call for more love. So once I notice that I'm in fear, once I notice that I'm vibrating at that contracted field, all I have to do is I can choose love instead of this. I can choose peace instead of this. Making that declaration changes everything. It just even in saying that, it shifts the energy. You have agency. I have agency to think independently of circumstances and conditions, to think beyond, Einstein said we can't solve the problem at the level of the problem. That means you can't solve the problem at the level of the circumstance or the condition. You have to think above the circumstance or condition. You have to think outside the box. You have to have a different paradigm, a shift in perspective, which helps us to think outside the box. Can't solve the problem at the level of the problem. So, number one rule to solving any problem. This is Emmett Fox from a pamphlet written in like 1920 or 1915. Number one rule to solving any problem. Number one, stop thinking about the problem. Right? Number one rule is stop thinking about the problem. Number two, start thinking about God. Start thinking about love. Start thinking about love, the lodestone of life, that everything's built on love, and fear is just a call for more love. Love is that thing which attracts everything to it. Love doesn't reject anything. Love doesn't exclude anything. The universe is based on love. I live in a friendly universe that is constantly providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. We start to say those things. We start to use phrases like I'm open and available to receive more love. Love is all there is. Whatever it takes for you to begin to shift your mindset and expand that field of electromagnetic receptivity. That's the key. That's the key. So, number one level, how do we think beyond circumstance and condition? Stop thinking about the condition. Stop thinking about the circumstance. But we think, no, I need to worry about the circumstance and condition. If I don't worry about the circumstance and condition, how am I going to figure it out? Well, guess what? We're not going to figure it out from the circumstance and condition. We're going to figure it out from outside the circumstance. Have you ever heard of a eureka moment? Right? Like an aha moment? Einstein loved taking walks because he'd go on a walk and it would come to him from no thing, from out of nowhere, the thought would come. This is how we transform circumstance and condition, not by dwelling in the condition, but by forgetting the condition. Stop thinking about the condition, and we start thinking about God. We start thinking about love. We start thinking about, all those moments where something came to me, all those moments where I had an inspired thought, all those moments where I just understood something out of the blue, and I know that out of no thing, something emerges. That's the nature of reality. This is not woo-woo. This is the nature of reality. From nothing, something emerges. From nothing, something comes. That is what we're talking about. This is how we take the idea of love is all there is, love is the lodestone of life, and apply it in our lives by beginning to utilize our ability to place our awareness where we want to place it. To place our awareness on love instead of fear, to place our awareness on peace instead of anxiety. We begin to stop thinking about the problem. And when we start thinking about love, when we start thinking about peace, when we start thinking about joy, when we start thinking about prosperity, that begins to emerge in our awareness, and we see the path to peace, the path to joy, path to prosperity, the path to love in what used to be the problem. But it only comes from outside the problem. It only comes from a different way of thinking. That's called thinking outside the box. All right. What else we got to tell you about? Love number 3. What's coming through, Spirit? This talk is guided for and provided for by Spirit with capital S. Let me tell you something. That's love. That's love. I have been living more and more in the trust of God. When I see clients privately, one-on-one, I do a lot of integration sessions with people, a lot of spiritual psychology, spiritual counseling, spiritual therapy. I see people from all over the world, and it's one of my great joys. And every session, I say a prayer before the session with the client. Every session, and the prayer is called an evocation. I'm not invoking God. I'm not calling God to me. I'm evoking the fact that God is me and my client and you sitting right where you are listening right now. You are God. I am God. This is God speaking to God. It's love speaking to love. There's only one thing going on, and it's all good and it's all God. So I'm evoking that awareness, because it seems like I'm over here in this room with a camera and you're over there wherever you are watching a computer or your phone. But there's only one thing happening. I'm talking to God. When I'm talking with God, I'm talking with you. And when you're talking with God, you're talking to me or whoever you're talking to. So when I start with my clients, I say this prayer to evoke the awareness of our oneness with God. And I always say something like, I don't know where this is going. I know that my client's needs will be met in this call, that something wonderful is happening, and I don't know what it is. I don't know where we're going. I'm letting my hands off the wheel, and I'm letting spirit do the driving. I always say it's like something like that. I'm getting in the back seat of God's big comfy caddy and letting spirit do the driving. And I know something wonderful is happening. I know something wonderful is happening. I know my clients' needs are going to be met, that there's going to be a shift, even needs, and this is my favorite part, even needs that they didn't know they had. Something is miraculous is happening, and it's a need will be met that you didn't even know you needed to be met, because that's how good God is. And the prayer goes on talking about confidentiality and love, etc. And then we begin the session, and they set an intention. We always set an intention. What's the intention for this session? And then we start talking. And let me tell you, every single time, somewhere in the middle of the session, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to do here. I don't know. Spirit, hello, anybody there? Like, fuck, they're expecting me to say something real smart here. I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know. That's not my opinion, And then all of a sudden, bam, something comes through, and I ask a question or hear something, and I go, is this something? And they go, oh my God, something comes out, or an idea will come for a process. Let's and I don't know. I've never done the process before. It'll be like breathe through your chest, or picture this, or feel this way, or do this thing, or let's do, what, something will come up, and I'll be like, all right, an idea. It comes as an idea. It's not like God is like, hello, John Jacob. I'd like you to now bring the client to a state of centeredness by doing a breath exercise. No, it's like just an idea comes that says, hey, try this. What if we did this? And I listen. And then I try it. And every time, by the end of the session, both me and the client are like, whoo, that was cool. And they think like, this must be part of your process. I'm like, yes, this is my patented, copyrighted, trademarked process called trusting in God. That's my process, trusting in God. And more and more and more and more. And we build this trust little by little so that we can surrender to God, because we know that love is the lodestone to life. We know that it's all love and it's all God, and it's all happening now. Well, I do declare, I think that's our talk for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining us on this wonderful day after Singles Awareness Day. I guess Valentine's Day is the 14th. Singles Awareness Day is the 15th. Okay, so, oh man, I'm so grateful and so thankful for y'all tuning in. I'm so grateful for all of those watching now and watching later. And let's just say a prayer. Let's just drop into prayer right now, knowing such gratitude for this moment, for this opportunity, that this is what I get to do. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful and so thankful that I get to speak the word, that I get to live in a realm of ever expanding good, that we woke up today. I'm grateful that we just woke up, that we're alive today. We can feel the sun or the cold. We can feel the rain or the snow or the dryness. Whatever it is, I'm just grateful that we can feel it, that I'm alive to feel the rush of life impinging on all of my senses. It's just, whew, wow, what it is to be alive. I'm so grateful. And I recognize God in all of that. I recognize God as the one source, the one power, expressing in, through, and as everything. This source, this power, this love, which is the lodestone of life, love, which is the attractor field of life, love, which therefore binds everything together, calls everything unto itself, rejects nothing, eliminates nothing, excludes nothing. It's calling it all into love. It all fades into love. I recognize that as God. And I know I'm one with it. And I know that you're one with it. I know that there's nothing outside of it. There's not a rock. There's not a sand. There's not a piece of trash. There's not anything that is not within the consciousness of God. For God is all there is. If God is all there is, then everything is God. So you and me, we God, boo. We the thing itself. I am that which thou art. Thou art that which I am. I am. I am, I am, you are, I am, we are, I am, God is, I am, God is, God is, I am, God is, I am, God is. So from this unified state of awareness, we're one with God, one with life, one with beauty, one with nature, all of life, one with all of life, one with all of life. Get that in, one with all of life. I'm one, no separation, indivisible, one. From that state of oneness, I can lean in and trust. How many times have I been picked up when I was just about to fall? How many times has something helped me when I just about to hit the wall? How many times has something woke me up in the morning? I can trust. I can trust. I can trust. I can trust. Thank you, God. Thank you, life. Thank you, beauty, that each of us can trust in the unfolding genius of our lives as God. We are one with God. We are one with love. God is, love is. Therefore, love is the attractor field that brings all good things unto us. That there is no competition in the spiritual plane, and that everything that is rightfully yours, everything that is rightfully mine, comes to us with ease and grace in a magical way. We need do nothing but open ourselves up to receive and then hear the voice, hear the direction, feel the idea emerging, and then we take inspired action in the right direction of our lives. That's what I'm holding for you, that you are hearing the voice of intuition and taking inspired action and trusting in that action, because God is all there is and everything is God. And everything is working together for your good. And all your needs are met. Feel that. Feel that right now. Feel that everything is working together for your good. That everything always works out for you. And that all your needs are met. Just feel it. Just feel it right now. Feel that all my needs are met. Everything's always working out for me. And everything is God. Feel it. In this feeling tone, in this feeling vibration, I am radiating out that all is well, that everything always works out for me, and that all my needs are met. I'm radiating it out. Everything is working together for my good. I'm radiating it out, knowing that this is the lodestone, the attractor field that draws all unto it. So we're fading into love right here. Fade into love with me. Feel that. Fading into love, letting it be, letting it go. And letting it be so. And so it is. Amen. Amin. Ashe. Aho. And God bless you. Thank you all so much for joining. Peace and blessings. We'll see you next week.